Hello again, junior soldiers. It's time for another SRT special report. Today's topic, the 3 ideas that shape our beliefs and doctrines. As soldiers in the Salvation Army, no matter how small, we're part of a mission to save people, inside and out. Today we're going to look at how great leaders in the Army's history have shown that we are 1. A serving Army, 2. A saving Army, and 3. A sanctified Army. For help, we've got Bram standing by in the historical wing. Ready, Bram?
Ready, Kat.
Great. First up, the serving Army. Some people think that saving a person's soul means that we don't have to worry about their bodies or their physical needs, but that's not what the Army believes. The Bible tells us that God cares about people's earthly needs like hunger, thirst, and shelter. That's why the Army's mission binds together preaching and prayer with feeding the hungry and shelter for the homeless, because God has called all Christians to care for others from every angle. This is why the Salvation Army serves people where they are and how they are. Next up, the saving Army. For this, let's head over to Bram. What have you got for us, Bram?
Right, Kat. So one thing that's kind of woven through the Army's history is this idea of aggressive Christianity, a phrase coined by Catherine Booth back in the Army's early days. Her husband, William Booth, said, "Without excuse and self-consideration of health and limb or life, true soldiers fight, live to fight, love the thickest of the fight, and die in the midst of it." But Catherine and William weren't the only ones who thought salvationists should be forceful with their faith. George Scott Railton, the Army's first commissioner, believed that we were revolutionists. General Paul Rader said, "This is not a time for comfortable Christianity. There's too much at stake." General John Gowen said, "I don't want the Salvation Army to demilitarize. I would say it should arm up and go for it, because there's a world here that needs a fighting company." But hold on before you start picking fights, guys. Remember 2 Corinthians 10:3-5 says that, "Though we live in the world, we do not wage war as the world does. The weapons we fight with are not the weapons of the world. On the contrary, they have divine power to demolish strongholds. We demolish arguments and every pretension that sets itself up against the knowledge of God, and we take captive every thought to make it obedient to Christ." Instead of weapons and mean words, Christians fight our battles with love and with prayer, and with speaking up for people that are bullied or oppressed. We may be an aggressive army, but we fight in a very special way. Back to you, Kat.
Thanks, Bram. And finally, we have the sanctified Army. Sanctified means holy, and holiness is very important to the Army as a church. The Bible and our songs are full of verses about how God is holy. But hang on a second. What does it mean for people to have holiness? Holiness is being fully dedicated to God. Holiness is obeying Jesus in what He has called us to do. Being holy means having pure hearts, thoughts, and actions, and having a faith that shows itself in acts of love. The idea of holiness is important to the Army because it's about who we are and how we live. So there you have it, junior soldiers. We're an Army that serves, saves, and is sanctified, and you're already part of that mission.